think I have read every diet book alive. And if you could eat healthy via osmosis from reading these healthy books, I would be a very healthy eater. Unfortunately, bad habits sneak in the way for many of us. So this week's top 10 is designed to remind us of how to eat healthy. Little shortcuts and little tips that we can learn from one another to keep us on the right track and to keep us from snacking, bad meal choices, and the unhealthy lifestyle that is so easy to fall victim to. So our first tip comes from Karen Rudy from Maitland, Florida. Karen says that on the weekends, she creates a week's worth of overnight oats in individual mason jars. So she adds in almond milk and oats and fruits and nut butter power and a little bit of maple syrup into the oats. In the morning, she can quickly grab a jar from the fridge and to give her a healthy and long-lasting breakfast that stays with her. Karen does like to warm hers up a little bit. I think I would like that too, especially on those cold, chilly mornings. And it sounds yummy, and I've actually never tried overnight oats before. So it certainly keeps you away from the quick cereals and the breads and toasts. Number 2 comes from a Twitter suggestion from ILSPA Training in the UK. They suggested snack lunchbox. By creating a snack box at the start of the day or at night when you aren't hungry, with a few healthy things inside and then maybe one controlled treat, then you only snack from that box throughout the day. So you don't go into the cupboards, you don't go to the cafeteria. The snack box stops you from looking through your cupboards and means you know exactly how much you've already had and how much you've got left. Control, right? Colleen Francis from Miami Beach, Florida recommends boiling up a pot of eggs at the beginning of the week so that you always have a high protein snack to grab. Protein is certainly the secret to staying full and not hungry, and that's an easy way to stay healthy and get away from the junk snack instead. Tina Short from Duncan, BC recommends cooking enough dinner at night for leftovers. Now, I don't know about you, but I grew up hating leftovers, but over the years, kind of grown to love them. Not only do you not have to think about what to cook for lunch, but it also you can control the meals that you make and how much leftover you make as well. So this is a great way to stay eating healthy for lunch and dinner. Lynn Wood pledges to herself to eat one fruit a day. Now, we all know the adage about an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but it is often very easy to grab something else and forget about the importance of fruit. Marlene Leader from Ottawa, Ontario takes it one step further and chops up all her vegetables and fruit so they're ready to go as soon as you open up the fridge. Make it easy to be easy and it will be gone, which is why snacks are gone, right? They're so easy to grab. So make our fruits and vegetables easy to grab as well. Number 6 comes from Sherry Shink from Haynesville, Illinois. Sherry shares that she's diligent in keeping to her grocery list and will not buy something that's not on the list just because she's gone shopping hungry or it looks good in the store. Now, I'm willing to bet that most of us don't actually add all that junk food to our list and just subconsciously add it to the cart because we're hungry. We're not thinking too much about it in the store. So stick to the list and then don't add any junk or sugary foods onto your list, which is what Aline LaFrance from Canada, Ontario recommends. Glynis Devine from Montreal, Quebec recommends keeping hydrated. A lot of the times, thirst will disguise itself as hunger. So always have water. Now, some people add a little bit of lemon to their water to switch it up, or coffee or tea on hand to keep away the thoughts of being hot, any thoughts of being dehydrated. Now, I recently joined the David's Tea quarterly taste box, and it has been heaven. I'm a tea granny, and so the teas come in decadent flavors that feel like dessert, but they have no sugar. So my cravings are satisfied by a drink, and as Glynis recommends, I'm not dehydrated at all. Madeline Black from Glasgow, Scotland, uses intermittent fasting and MyFitnessPal to track what she does eat. Now, I've also used those and love the intermittent fasting too. When you aren't hungry, you learn not to eat just because you're bored. Intermittent fasting teaches you really what it means to be hungry, so you recognize the difference between hunger and boredom. I also use MyFitnessPal because it makes me write something down, even though I don't share my journal with anyone, and it makes me accountable. It's easier for me to grab the fruit or veggie as I know what it's going to look like when I log it into MyFitnessPal. If I grab a couple of cookies or a sweet treat, it's going to mess up my numbers for the day. So guilt is a powerful motivator. You have to force yourself to write it down, though. Now, if I really want it, it's worth me writing it down. If I don't, I'll grab an egg, a veggie, or a fruit instead. Number 9 comes from Lisa Olson-Tilley in Naperville, Illinois. And Lisa recommends that we only do from scratch cooking, all the way from breads to sweets. So no more store-bought of that stuff at all. So she really wants something, she has to make it. And every meal from scratch, no carry out, no delivery, not even frozen. She said a treat meal would be like a frozen pizza. So obviously much easier to control what you're putting into your body that way. Now that makes total sense to me, and I do more or less the same thing, although I throw in a couple of those snacks, I'm not paying attention. And as we mentioned above, we make enough so that we have lunch the next day. And number 10 comes from me. Last summer was the first summer that I was home for the whole summer. So I ordered a veggie box, and I don't think I'll ever miss a summer again. Each week we got a big box of vegetables. Now, some of these veggies I had no idea how to cook. So I learned how to eat a few new vegetables. Now, most of the time we got a lot, and because it was fresh from the garden, it didn't last a long time. So it had to be eaten quickly. I hate wasting food. So we would snack on the week's vegetables that we had. So when I did do groceries, which isn't very often because we do eat a lot of plant-based cooking, I bought the ingredients just as Lisa had suggested. So this way, each meal was cooked without any box and with the ingredients that I controlled. Nothing was hidden in my fresh veggie boxes. Now, it's hard to be disciplined all the time. It takes a lot of effort, as we know. But these 10 tips are going to keep you reminding of quick things that you can do in the moment to keep the sugar content and the junk food out of your life, or at the very least, greatly reduce it. Now for me, it's time for a cup of tea. Good luck this week, everyone.